Good morning and welcome to Homepage, a public affairs feature of 93.7 K Country and Wind FM 92.5, 95.5, and 107.9. I'm Kathy Dugan, and my guest this morning is Ricky Quintana, and he is with the Alachua County Fair. You're a board member, right?
Yes, I am.
And we've got something incredible coming up, the Alachua County Youth Fair and Livestock Show, and you're like really involved in that.
Yes, it's really funny because I have no agricultural experience whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
I'm Gainesville, Florida, and when my kids got involved, they're both homeschooled. I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, and my wife started getting involved with 4-H.
Wow.
And so in that, we ended up starting working with animals, and we got involved in the fair. And so the first things that we did, we actually have chickens. We live in Gainesville City proper.
Oh.
And so we have 10 chickens, and
10?
that was quite an experience. We lost some from hawks and things like that, but the kids showed them. My daughter, who is now 13, has been showing since she was about 5.
What's her name?
Alessandra.
Hi, Alessandra.
And it's just been a really rewarding experience. She's now an owner of 2 dairy goats and one that kidded the other day.
Aww.
And she has another young one, and it's and I've actually gone out on Sundays. We go out and we have a good friend, Judy Rummel, who has been kind enough. And this is the aspect of it that I really like is people will open up their farms, and we go out there, and she houses our dairy goats. We go out there and milk them. They're all dairy goats, so we go out there and milk them. And I've been going out a few times and since January and helping out, and I'm a milker too.
There's a little teeny tiny goat with little tiny udders.
Yes, and they're adorable. And my daughter is taking on that responsibility. I'm a big believer in if you give kids responsibility, they'll learn responsibility.
Right.
So I'm just so proud of her and that she's able to do it. And she can talk. She can talk the talk. She knows everything about dairy goats. She can do it on her own, but I just go out there and help her to speed it up.
Well, you're a supportive dad, and that's what you do. When you're a parent, you help your kids.
Yes, exactly. And we have in the fair this year, which is going to be March 5th through 10th, we're going to have over 300 kids doing the same thing.
Wow.
And they're all wonderful kids, wonderful parents, and you just see that. It's really a family event that we have, and relatives come out, and it's just really great to see the kids finish their final project. This is their year-long project that they've been working with these animals, and they're just so proud and knowledgeable. Just really great kids.
Isn't that incredible? I mean, kids are like sponges in the first place. They learn so much. You find something they're interested in, like your daughter with the goats, and, they're kind of pets too, I'm sure.
Right.
So, she's soaking up everything she can about them so she can tell other people. What can we expect to see at the Youth Fair and Livestock Show?
Well, a lot of things. We're going to have a lot of different animals. We're going to have cows, dairy cows, goats. We're going to have rabbits, chickens. The kids bring them in on Thursday, the first day, and check them all in and get them taken care of. And one of the things that their responsibility is during the entire time that the animals are there, they have to care for them. So they have to feed them and clean their pens and give them water and really take care of them and then prep them for the event. So they're running around like crazy. The parents are following behind them trying to keep up. But it's open to anybody to watch any of those shows. And they love the support. They love talking about their animals. People are welcome to come and just look at the animals and ask any questions. So we have that aspect, the animal shows and the animals themselves so that you can go. We'll have some vendors there with food and everything. And we'll have some really great projects that they're doing. We have non-livestock events that we do through our 4-H clubs in Alachua County.
Oh, wow.
And you'll see anything from photography to electronics to presentations and project boards. They do quilting. There's so many different categories that they show in. Yes, and it's not the end of the school year, but they've been working on these for a long time. Our 4-H clubs in Alachua County start in about September, and they're run sometimes through the school, but most of the time these are family members and parents and enthusiasts who take on these club responsibilities and have things. We're part of the Micanopy Friendship. They do a great job. In 1 hour, they get to learn a lot of different things. So whether you're in any county, there's always a 4-H club, and I encourage you to participate. Did you participate in 4-H?
I did not do 4-H. There was FFA at my school.
Right.
But we didn't do 4-H. I was more of a writer.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a dog person. So.
Okay.
But I love all animals. I love going and seeing them. And it was making me wonder, when they're showing the animal, what is that about? Do they just walk around and show them, or do they answer questions? How does that work?
Well, there's two aspects of it. We bring in judges, and the judges actually look at the animals and evaluate them on how they look, their aesthetics, how the animal looks. And that's one aspect of it. And then the other part, and it's kind of neat because we have different divisions. So you aren't going against the high schoolers. We have juniors, we have intermediates, and we have seniors. And so those individual categories get awards, first through second place, grand prize and reserve prize. And then what they do is they kind of have an all-around champion where they combine the best of the seniors, the best of the junior, and they combine them all together and they select a grand champion.
Wow.
And so it's very prestigious. That's that one aspect. And then we do the showmanship. And the showmanship is the knowledge. They go around and ask the kids the questions. And this is the opportunity that I feel really sets the 4-H and FFA kids apart, is that they have to know their stuff and they have to be able to talk to people. And a lot of the times when you go and visit these kids at the fair, they'll look you straight in the eye and tell you about their animal, and they've worked with the animal. And it's just wonderful to see that they have that ability to communicate with you. And they work through, and most of them have been in it a long time.
Wow.
And without their parents right beside them and everything, they're talking about something that they love to do. And so it's just wonderful. And then we have our market sale, where it's the cows and the swine, we market them off, and it's an auction.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to come out and buy a pig and help support a kid, you can come out and do that. So that's going to be on Tuesday. So we have a lot of great people in Gainesville. I didn't realize how the impact of agriculture in the community. And then, as I've been more involved, just the agriculture in the state of Florida, it's significant. And, driving down here, you see the horses, you see the cow pastures, you see all this. It is tremendous, all the citrus and everything else that Florida has to have. It's something that we need to keep up because they're getting smaller.
Not only are they learning to care for something other than themselves, they're learning about it as well. But a really important thing that's going to help them in their future, whether they go into agriculture or not, is they're publicly speaking. They're learning how to look somebody in the eye and answer a question, and to use their manners and to use their brains and use their voices. And that's really important as well.
Yeah, no, it covers everything. It covers everything. And then the other thing that's really something that they have to do too is they have to seek out sponsors.
Oh, that's
right. They have
right.
to go out, and they have two different ways for their selling of their animals. So one way is they have to go out to businesses and ask for add-ons. You can add on and ask for a contribution for their animal sale.
Okay.
Or you can find a buyer, and the buyer can buy the animal. So if you go to the market sale, you're supporting the kids, and usually they have a personal connection, but sometimes those kids don't have that personal connection or that friend of the family that has money to spend and everything. So they have to go out and meet with the public and talk to people that they have never met before.
Wow.
And it's something that they have to do. And
it's scary.
Yeah,
it's scary
it is.
now as adults to do that sometimes.
Yeah, you want to scare an adult, ask them to go out and seek out a sponsor. But yeah, so that's something that they learn, and they have to type up the letters and send out the letters and do those types of things. But the community is just so generous.
Yes.
And I know in a lot of ways that you just have to ask the question, and people are just so generous.
They are
able to come forward with some money and everything. And some kids get 25 sponsors at $25 each. We're talking some big money for them. And, and all that money goes back into the animal and taking care of it. They have to feed it. They have to take care of the vet bills and all those types of things. And they have a record book that they keep as well.
Wow.
And they have to keep track of everything. And we actually grade that and give prizes out on that as well. So it's a lot of responsibility, but it's something that they love to do, and they become pros at it. So the seniors are pretty impressive to meet.
Oh, I bet they are. I mean, even the smaller kids, because you go, from 8 to 18?
Yeah, actually, we have Clover Buds, and my daughter I know this because my daughter was a Clover Bud for like 4 years because she's born in October. So she was 5 at the time. So.
Oh, I bet she was so cute.
Yes, and they dress up. They have to dress. They have a attire that they have to wear with the green ribbon tie and the white and everything, and they have to come up and show everything. So it's full-fledged commitment.
Wow.
Have to be all in, so we have some requirements, and just to develop those responsibilities and just have them feel like it's important.
It really is important, too. And you have so much going on. You mentioned, like your steer, your goat, your swine, your poultry, your rabbits, but they're also doing like hay baling and table decorating, candy creations, edible air, the cookie and muffin bake-off. So there's a bunch of things. Something that I was interested in, though, is finding out what exactly are your skillathons. You've got them for like goats and poultry and dairy. What is a skillathon?
Well, it's just that they are pretty intense. You have to really test the knowledge. So we have it's more of like a practical. So we have all the different tables set up, and the kids have to go around and identify things associated with that animal. So if it's poultry, they have to identify parts. They have to identify the breeds. They have to identify all these different things. And the kids are spending some brain power there trying to remember everything that they've learned. And so they get judged on that. That's what the skillathons are. And
you, having a daughter that deals with chickens, there are lots of different types of chickens, which I didn't know there was all these breeds of chickens. I mean, the furry-looking ones, I don't even know what they're called. They look like they have hair on them.
Yeah, you're in the same boat as I am.
Yeah.
But then there's all different kinds of breeds of goats. My daughter has a La Mancha, but there's a Oberhalsey, I think that's the name. And they have these really difficult names to pronounce.
I know pygmy goat, that's all.
Yeah. We don't have any pygmy goats.
Those are the little ones.
Yes, exactly. And actually there's bantam chickens. I don't know if you knew that, but we have some
chickens.
Yes, they're smaller versions of the chickens.
Oh, how cute
so
is that?
we have one Duchess at home who is a pet. I'll just say a pet.
You said the name, so I figured it was probably a pet. Did they lay like little tiny eggs?
Yes, they do. They do. And we've had eggs of all different sizes and shapes. And it's just something that we've grown up with, and I've learned quite a bit myself. Again, I'm totally no knowledge of this and everything, so the kids take and run with it.
So how did your kids even get into this then? I mean, you weren't into FFA or 4-H?
No, I just I guess my wife found out about it. Kelly, she is my wife's name, and so she wanted to get involved. And again, these opportunities that are in your communities, you have to take advantage of.
You do.
It's very low cost. 4-H is something that's unfortunately under budget cuts. They're cutting it all the time, and it's something that's really, really needed. So if you, this is my political soapbox, but
come on, do it.
Yeah, get out there and help support, because there's a lot of kids that benefit from this. And again, I'm coming from a knowledge that I have nothing, no knowledge of this. And these wonderful people have opened up their homes and opened up their time. These are all volunteers. They aren't paid for anything. And the 4-H program, there's so much you can do. My son just went this summer to the legislative aspect, and they house them in Tallahassee. Ooh. And they actually get to behave as Congress people.
Oh my goodness.
So they go, and he was a lobbyist this year, and he can move up to the different aspects. So they have a lot of great programs in 4-H, and within your school, within your community, and each county has a 4-H program. Contact IFAS Extension Office that you can contact as well. So we were very lucky. Amanda Morgan's our 4-H Extension agent, and Cindy Sanders is our director. So it's a great program. And then your FFA, they're usually run through the schools, and those programs are wonderful too. And we live in the city, don't have any aspect, but Aaron Young, he's interested in cows and steers, and so he's going out to a farm, and he's going to have a steer and cow that he's going to be working with and everything. And now has a program. They have a magnet program in agriculture at Santa Fe High School in Alachua. So he's going to be going there. So you just never know where they're going to go. And there's a lot of careers out there for them. And a lot of the adults that you meet, I call them adults, but they're college kids that you meet and that are doing this as a profession and going into these programs. They talk about, well, I didn't have any guidance when I was in high school. I didn't know about this and all the different careers you can have. And you can earn up to 6 figures in the agricultural industry.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I'm in the wrong business.
Exactly. Just the different requirements for all the different animals and how to slaughter them. I mean, you can't just... It takes a lot of knowledge and understanding of what you're doing to be able to do this in mass. And we just need those kids out there learning this. And it's something that it's a great career that you could make out of it. So.
Wow. You mentioned your son. What's his name?
Felipe.
And Felipe is how old?
Felipe is 15.
Okay, so I would be remiss if I did not bring this up. Felipe did something very cool not too long ago. Tell us about that.
Well, when Felipe was 13, he was pursuing his Eagle project, and he decided that he was going to repair a dock out at the fish ponds out at the in Gainesville, Florida, off of Millhopper Road.
Yep.
And so he went out there and he replaced all the boards for this dock that's used by people in wheelchairs, and it's ADA compliant. Had 3,000 plus boards, 3,000 to 4,000 boards. He raised $3,000, and he went out there and he rebuilt it. And again, the community was so generous. He had a lot of great donors to raise that money from. And then he had his committee came out and helped him. And some of the scouts from his troop, it's Troop 454 in Gainesville, Trinity United Methodist. We're very proud of it. It was a significant project, took a couple weekends, probably 250 hours to complete.
Wow.
They asked us to submit it to the National Eagle Association, NESA, National Eagle Scouts Association, and they have a prize that they give for the top project in the country.
Right.
And so he won the North Florida Council Award, and then he was sent to regionals. Didn't win out there, but he did get a bronze medal.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could see Ricky right now, because when he talks about it, his entire face lights up. He's just beaming, as a proud parent should be.
Yeah.
Kelly must be so proud of your kids.
Yeah, I mean, these opportunities in your communities, I was never a scout. My wife was never a scout. Kelly was never a scout. We were never in agriculture. My wife has some background in horses and things like that, but never to the degree that we're dealing with them now. And she's out there, and Alessandra's going to be showing a pig in the fair. It's the club pig. The club purchased it back in September, and she's been going out and taking care of it, feeding it and everything. And we're going to be up to the wire because it has to weigh 230 pounds.
Oh, my goodness. So
by
there's
February. Yes, there's a limit.
Oh, I didn't know.
Minimum. There's a minimum and a maximum. I think it's 290 on the upper end. And it's just amazing. These animals have such personalities.
I bet.
And the kids have to work with them because when you're in the ring in these competitions, you have to maneuver the animals around the ring, and so that requires a whip or some sort of prod to move them around.
Sure.
It's amazing. You see some kids with these big 1,000-pound steers moving around the ring, and
wow,
it is quite impressive feat to see some of these kids handle these animals.
And these animals are smart. I mean, we always hear about how smart pigs are. So she's dealing with an animal that's headstrong and is going to do what it wants, and she's got to kind of prod it into doing what she wants.
Yes, and she's we call her an animal whisperer.
Oh.
She is just very good with animals, and she just talks to it and really develops that relationship. It is just wonderful to see the kids. Again, there's no parent by their side. They're in there with their animal. You know the kids who've worked with their animals. You know the kids who haven't worked with their animals but it's great to see them just get that experience, that they're willing to get out there and compete, because at one point they have all the pigs, all of the participants, the kids in there at the same time, and they have to maneuver around each other and in the ring, and it's not a very big ring. It's just, you being with the animal and working with the animal, and you develop that relationship. So, and she just loves it. She just loves going out there every Sunday morning. She's like, planned it out. She has her breakfast, and we head out to Rum Hill Farms, and it's wonderful with the dairy goats. You can, she knows how to make cheese and other different kind of goodies, and they actually take the items out that they make to the Hale Plantation on Saturday mornings to sell.
Oh, like the farm market.
Yeah, the farmer's market.
How
Yeah, thank you.
cool
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. And there's a lot within Marion and Alachua County, they have the farmer's markets and where people do those things. And so it's a trade that she's going to carry with her for a long time.
You make good money off of making artisan cheeses and butters and stuff like that. I mean, people make a lot of money doing that.
And it tastes so good.
Yes, because it's farm fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
You know
that.
exactly where it's coming from.
Oh, that's incredible. You have the dog show going on as well. See, I'd love the dog show.
Yes. We have dog show, the table decorations. There's just so many different things. The table decorations, I just always admire. The kids really take time to prepare the table. If you haven't seen this, they do the place settings, and they put the little ancillary things on the table and everything to make it, and they have a theme for it, and then they also have their creations, their candy creations. And then the other thing that we have through 4-H is We have a collector's period where they have all the kids can have any collectibles that they've had, and they put them on the tables, and you can go around and visit them.
Wow.
And talk to them about all the different collections they have, and they have all different kinds of things.
I bet you see so many different personalities.
Exactly. And just they are so eager to talk to you, and everything that can be found on the website. It's Alachua County Youth Fair and Livestock Show, ACYFLS.
Yes, you got it. I'm looking at it, and he's not.
And so it has our schedule there. We'll be there. Saturdays and Sundays are going to be our biggest days. Again, you can come out anytime. And then also we're going to have a celebrity show, and that's going to be some of the commissioners and city and county commissioners that come in and participate. We have some people come in, and they actually have to show the animal with the help of the kids. So that's always fun and entertaining to watch.
I bet it is, because some of them may have never been around an animal before like that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And last year, my daughter worked with Gail Simmons and showed her the ropes and how to use the animals and stuff. And that's one thing, too, that the kids learn. They become the teachers, and they teach other younger kids. And that interaction you can't beat anywhere.
No, that's priceless.
Exactly. The other thing we're doing, too, is on Mondays, Alachua Farm Bureau is donating the money to bus the kids in from the different schools. We're going to have 800 kids that come in, and they're going to tour the different animals, and those are from the public schools. And Farm Bureau takes care of all the busing costs, and they bring them in, and it's an opportunity for the kids to learn. And these kids, and some of them haven't ever seen a cow and a chicken, and they ask where the chocolate milk comes from.
From brown cows, of course. That should always be the answer.
Where's the orange juice come from, and everything, right? And all these questions.
To the kids.
Yeah, so it's an opportunity for the kids that are manning the different stations, are FFA or 4-H members, and they come and explain what they're doing. So kids teaching kids, and they're leading them around and with the teachers and everything. So it's we try to give back with this opportunity, and we're glad to have Alachua Farm Bureau sponsor that as well.
And how many kids that come out who have never been around an animal before see that and see what's going on, see kids just like them, their age, doing this and go, I think I want to do this.
Exactly.
It gives them the opportunity to actually be a part of something cool. Now, you have a cattleman's contest. What's that?
It's similar to the Skillathon, I believe.
Okay, so and swine sense, kind of like that.
Exactly.
Well. I like the names for these things.
Yes.
Now, you're going to be at the Alachua County Fairgrounds March 5th through 10th.
Yes.
And it's free to get in.
Yes, it is.
Next year you're moving to a new site, I heard. Is that still happening?
Yes. It's this is our last year at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. We're sad to leave, but the Alachua County has put forward some money, and we're going to be at Canterbury out in Newberry.
Very nice.
Setting up and getting that done. So next year we'll be in a different place, and we've been there since 1981, and has a lot of memories there. It's going to be taken over by someone else, and we've been wanting to see this happen because the facilities there do need some work, and that they're going to give us a brand new facility is going to be wonderful.
Yeah, I hear it's going to be a huge arena. You're going to have horse barns, 37 acres, and the renovations include new lights and seating, the updates to the horse stalls. It's the Alachua County Agriculture and Equestrian Facility, they're going to be calling it.
Yes.
I looked into this a little bit because I remember I did a news story on it. I'm like, wait, they're moving? What?
Yeah.
And then when you were coming in, I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool next year. So you're taking them out of a familiar area and adding a twist to it next year.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking forward to new facility, and it's going to be wonderful. They promised us a lot of things, and we're thankful to Alachua County for stepping forward and doing that, because we're definitely in need of new facilities.
I bet. So this will be kind of a bittersweet year, because you're leaving the old digs that you love so much, but you're moving on to bigger, better pastures, so to speak.
Yes.
So coming out this year, people can actually come out, check it out if they've never been, and then next year they can see the new place as well. And this is huge. It doesn't cost you anything to get in. You're supporting the kids. They're more than happy to talk to you. I know this.
Yeah.
They can find you at acyfls.com. They can also find you on Facebook, and it has all the information. You've got so much great stuff going on. And
it's open to any walks of life. We have people who don't own animals. We have people who have their chickens in their backyard, and we have people who have ranches that, have these animals. So it's a great opportunity to introduce your kids in a non-threatening environment, to come out and introduce them to this and learn more about 4-H and FFA and what we're doing in the community. The other thing I want to really thank is Texas Trailers has come forward and donated a $5,000 trailer, which you can win, Kathy.
Oh.
And it's a full-fledged trailer that you can take animals in and those types of things. And we're selling tickets for $20 for one ticket and 6 for $100. And all that money goes to the Alachua County Fair. And then we're going to have a hog and route. We're giving away a hog, fully cut, wrapped hog for you to have to eat. And we're selling tickets for $1 each or 6 for $5.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so there's opportunities, and we'll have vendors there. We'll have Tropical Snow and several other vendors there selling food, so you can come out there. They have paid to be there, so they're donating that money. And then Parks Ford of Gainesville is going to be having trucks out there. And Texas Trailers is going to be having some trailers showing off their trailers. And so there's an opportunity, kind of like a car show. So we're really proud to have Parks Ford out there. And we wouldn't be there without, Rennie Aviation. Clay Electric has donated. B&M Equipment has donated to help with the industrial equipment that we need to put together the fair. I know I may be missing some others, but it'll come to me. But we're really thankful to them for their sponsorship.
That's incredible. I mean, the community really comes together for something like this. The vendors in the community, the businesses, and just the people in the community. And it's great. There's people that just come out and just want to support the kids.
Yeah, and our fair board is it's something that one of my friends, he introduced me to the fair and wanted me to be a part of the fair board. And again, this is a way I have no knowledge of the animals. When they start talking about animals, I don't know what they're talking about, but they asked me to be the sponsorship chair and to help with some of the things. And there's always something that you can do. All those members of the fair put these things together, donate many volunteer hours. We're going to start setting up the week before on February 29th, Leap Day. And we're going to have food, and Farm Credit is sponsoring the food. Cowboys is going to supply us with food so that the volunteers who come out there will have lunch there.
Nice.
It's just the community comes together for this event. We have so many volunteers donating their time and effort, and the reward is just seeing those kids and them participating. And there's a lot of things that can happen with your animal as it comes up, and it's life lessons that you learn. And you could lose an animal at the last moment to some sort of disease or some sort of animal problem that they have, some vet problem and stuff. And the kids grow up really quickly. It's harder for me to see my daughter say goodbye to her goat or her swine at the end of the year, but this is the second or third time she's done it, and she puts it up for sale for the market, and it's behind her, and she learns a little bit, and she's ready to take on the next year. That's what I'm just amazed at.
That is a strong girl. I mean, she knows that. Does she kind of get attached? She tries not to, I'm sure, but
she's attached. She really makes that connection with the animal, but she's also learned that the animals are raised to be harvested, and it's just amazing. I mean, like you said, the strength of these kids to see them be able to do that, because they are really working with their animals sometimes daily, weekly, whatever it is. So they build that bond.
Oh, so she's learning to let go. And sometimes that's something that we need to learn, is to let go, because this animal's going for the greater good.
Yes, it is. It is.
Wow.
It is. It's going to be a wonderful event. We're going to have, we're welcome everybody. They can come in at any time. We do have the schedule there. We do close at like 10. So
okay. So, don't come in at 11. So
exactly.
Nobody will be there.
And you can just make your way over there. We'll have, you can watch some of the competitions and take a look at the different projects that the kids have put together and think about how you want to participate next year. We're always looking for more people to participate, and with through our 4-H clubs and our FFA clubs.
That's fantastic. Again, that is acyfls.com. You can also find them on Facebook, the Alachua County Youth Fair and Livestock Show, March 5th through 10th at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. It's free. Go on out, support the kids. You may learn something new while you're there, or maybe bring your kids and they'll go, hey, I think I want to raise a swine next year.
Exactly. And there's so many people willing to help you. We knew nothing about raising swine. We knew nothing about raising chickens. We knew nothing about raising dairy goats. We knew nothing. And there's so many people who are helpful and wanting to help you learn that, and because they have a love and passion for raising animals themselves. So they'll help you, and we have all different kinds of programs throughout the year to help you understand what's going on and introduce you to how to show animals and participate in the fair as much as you can. You have the non-livestock competitions. You can take a photograph and enter that. And that's another thing that we'll be doing February 22nd. We have the kids, if you enter, let's say, a photograph, you bring it to the fair on February 22nd. And then we have volunteer judges that evaluate it and talk to the kids and have them talk about their project, and they can earn a blue, red or white ribbon for their participation, and they get money for that. They can get $1 to $5 for each of those different ribbons, and some of them enter many different projects. And then you have a grand prize winner, and you get premiums for that. They're called premiums.
Nice.
So the kids participate. So there's a financial incentive, but I know my son put some effort into his drawings last year that he contributed. My daughter's working on some things that she's going to put into the fair this year. And again, they have that opportunity to present to somebody they don't know and talk about something they're excited about.
If you stop out there, make sure you look for Ricky and for Alessandra and for Felipe. They'll be out there having a good time. And Kelly, I'm sure Kelly will be there too.
And I'll be at the sales tent. I'll be selling those tickets for that trailer. So if you're looking for a brand new trailer, it only costs you $20 to get one ticket. And not too many have registered, but you probably have a really good chance of winning that. And then you can win a pig meat for a year.
Pig meat for a year. I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
And all that goes to supporting. We give out scholarships to the kids. It goes to supporting the fair. It costs a lot of money to put on the fair and to have all these things out there. We have judges out there and all those types of things. So if you can help out, every little bit helps, and come out and just see what it's all about.
Thank you so much for being here today, Ricky. I appreciate it.
Oh, Kathy, thank you for having me here.
My guest this morning has been Ricky Quintana with the Alachua County Fair Board. Homepage is presented as a public affairs feature of 93.7 K Country and Wind FM, 92.5, 95.5, and 107.9. Your comments are always welcome, and you can email me at homepage@ncfmgroup.com. You can also listen to Homepage by going to our websites at 937kcountry.com and windfm.com. I'm Kathy Dugan. Please join us again next Sunday for Homepage.